Welcome back to Mike and Matt's X-Files CCG. Got a great show tonight. Larry Musser's on the program. One of the guys in the X-Files series. Going to be amazing. Stay tuned.
Mike and Matt bringing back the mid to late 90s. Mike and Matt bringing back X-Files CCG.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, so many treats, so many cavities. We have Larry Musser with us this evening, and I got to go over a couple of things because I'm gonna fanboy out a little bit.
I'm gonna let you cover it because
I'm gonna fanboy out.
Larry,
I had to make a list. Oh my God! So four episodes of the X-Files.
okay, I gotta say something though. Larry, honestly, Mike, this is about the X-Files, but this episode of Outer Limits you're in, this is his favorite episode. Like that's what he's freaking out about more.
Music
honestly.
of the Spheres.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. I played a astronomer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
One of my top 2 all-time favorite episodes of The Outer Limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And let's not forget the fact that you were in an episode of Macgyver.
Yeah. I love him.
Yeah, way back.
Yeah, right. So we've got some amazing questions for you here. And the first one right off the bat is, I mean, playing multiple characters on the same show over time. Like, do you have any great stories about that? Because you were in 4 different episodes of the X-Files.
Yeah.
Did you like have any differences where they're like, hey, I was playing this, but all of a sudden now I'm playing this, or anything weird come up with that? Or
Well, I'll tell you what, the very first one was, it was Die Handy Verletzt, witchcraft story, right?
Yep.
Now, I only worked a 1 day on that, and it was really pounding rain up in the Seymour Mountain near Vancouver. A horrible, horrible night, day and night, like just constantly pounding rain. That's what I remember about that. And because part of the scene is raining frogs, right?
Mhm.
At the end of the discussion I have with Mulder, in which I pretty much diss everything he's saying, right?
Yeah.
It starts raining frogs. So, yeah, well, I remember that from just being, it was a battle against the elements. And that was my first scene ever with the X-Files, a show I tried for a number of times to get on and was so happy that I finally got on. And then it's a crappy day like that. I was fighting against a lot of elements to try and do the best I could.
I'm sorry, I gotta apologize here. You're right, I admit we're a little rattled here. That's why I called the FBI. This may involve a deeper conspiracy.
yeah.
And they must have liked it because the parts got bigger as we went along. So it was the beginning of a very nice association with the X-Files.
Nice.
That's awesome. Like I love the X-Files, but I avoided watching Chinga for years because I'm afraid of those porcelain dolls. Like they just freak me out. And I watched it yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna do it. And you did a great job of that. Like I just hate
Thanks.
those dolls so much.
Well, that one was written by Stephen King,
Yeah.
but Chris Carter kind of, when he got the script from Stephen King, the horror master himself,
Right?
he said, this is what he said. He said, not scary enough. I'm going to make some adjustments to it. So it became a Stephen King / Chris Carter script, like so many of them did, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
But his script is Stephen King's script. I have it on my computer. It's quite different,
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, there's more sort of hinting at a relationship between my character and Gillian Anderson, Scully,
Yeah.
right, and all that kind of stuff. And
Not a bad
I
thing.
don't know.
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
it was still pretty good. It was a different take on it. It was more of a creeping horror
Yeah.
throughout. But it's Chris Carter's show, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
he got to have the final script. And hell, I was just happy to be on it, and like that was a big guest starring role. So I wasn't the one to be bitching about anything, right?
So did they make you do different variations like on the different scripts, or was it more like when you got to do your lines, it was already set on what you're
Oh, it was already set. It was quite a bit later that I got the Stephen King original.
Yeah.
Somebody actually got it from eBay or something. I don't even know how it was on there, but
Huh.
I got that script through. Do you ever connect with any of the Twitter xfiles groups? Somebody on there had it, and they sent it to me.
You responded to the group that we started just recently, which I
Yeah.
thought was cool. You were interacting with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of other ones out there that we need to connect with. So
Yeah.
Well, that's what I wonder. How many of those other ones that you actually are aware of? Because quite a few of them have kind of sought me out, and I'm always very happy to participate because, well, I love the X-Files, and these are all people who are so dedicated to the show, and it kind of keeps it alive, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm always happy to take part in any of that.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, but there was also a story on the show Jose Chung while we were again shooting up in those mountains. A lot of the X-Files was done up there because it's so moody and atmospheric.
Yeah.
Like, where are you guys right now? Where are you?
Oregon.
We're actually in coastal Oregon,
Yep.
and it's very, I guess you could say, moody here as well.
I bet.
But you know, a lot of our favorite shows. Both of us are originally from Montana.
Okay.
So a lot of the shows that we watched, The Outer Limits, The X-Files, you know, they were all shot in Vancouver.
Sure.
And
just right there. Just
yeah,
north of Montana.
just north. Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know of the kind of weather I speak of then.
yeah,
Yeah. Which,
Very similar, right? And
that must add a whole other element to it, having to be out there in the weather on top of having to do multiple takes and stuff all day. So
yeah, well, the Jose Chung, we had nice weather, and it was fun to do that shoot. It was such a kick to do that character, bizarre character.
Hey, I just got a call from some crazy bleephead claiming he was an eyewitness to this alien abduction. You feel like talking to this blank hole?
that was great.
And I remember having a rock batting contest against David Duchovny because we had some time to kill. We were up and there was this big gully, and I found a really great piece of wood that was such a natural bat. And I started hitting rocks, right? And so Duchovny comes up and says, well, let me have a couple cuts. And he had a pretty good swing. And he had a few. And I said, okay, let's play this game. If it lands in there, it's a single. Up there is a double, triple. And if it gets over that ridge over there, it's a home run, right? So we had this game. It was a pretty close game. And then he got called away to do something. And while he was gone, I hit this towering shot, easy home run. Then he comes back and doesn't believe that I hit that, you know?
Right.
So if I just would have been more patient and waited for him to return, I would have been the victor of that game, I'm pretty sure.
So you actually got to interact quite a bit with the people you're in scenes with. I was kind of curious just overall if that's how that works, or.
Yeah, actually, constantly, because, you know, you're on the set, you do a take, and then you do another one, and then they reset, and you do it from a different angle, and you're always there. And sometimes if it's a big reshoot, I mean, if it's a big relight, then you can go back to wherever you're hanging out. But a lot of the times you just stay there because it's a quick setup.
Yeah.
And yeah, you talk to the other folks a lot, and that's one of the things that kind of helps you get through the day, you know? Yeah, I love that part of it, the social aspect.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
We actually, so as far as the card game goes,
Yes.
like, you know that you've already said that you know that you have one of the cards where you're the agent on it.
I have.
I was curious if you had any of these or if you'd want them.
I got some of these with me on it.
Yeah. That's exactly what we have here.
Yeah.
Okay, they sent me those, and then I went to Chicago. Did you know about Chicago?
No.
It was a big, one of those big fan conventions, right?
Okay.
And they invited me to that because I did 4 different episodes, 4 different characters. So I went and they paid my way there and put me up in a hotel. It was great. It was a blast, and the guy who organized it had all these cards, and he said, "Oh, maybe you'd like to have some of these." So I went, "Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great."
Is this
And then somebody sent me one to sign, and I sent it back. I think that was Dax. You know Dax, don't you?
Yeah.
Because I think I saw his name on the site that you guys are on.
Yep.
And it was some
Dax
little.
Golding.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually heard you talk about him in a podcast, and I didn't know if he'd heard that, but you knew him by name, so I thought he'd like that.
Yeah, sure. And I got to know him when he sent me this stuff. We met through xfiles, through Twitter, and he asked if I was the Larry Musser that was on X-Files. And I said, as a matter of fact, I am. And he said, "Oh, great. If I send you these cards with the self-addressed envelope, will you send them back?" And of course, I said, "Yeah, no problem." And so that's how I got to know him. And he was in Chicago. So
Okay.
we chatted a few times there. It was good to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually, yeah. I mean, I was impressed that you even heard about the game, because I mean, there's so many different X-Files type cards for trading.
Right.
This was an actual game that you play. So I didn't know if you'd ever tried to play it or if you had any interest in it.
Well, of course I'm interested. I never had played it because I only got the card I'm on.
Oh, we'll send you cards so you have a full starter deck if you want to look through it and play it.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, we pulled a couple of these. There's one from Jose Chung.
Yeah.
Alien smoking the cigarette inside the cage.
Yeah.
And then there's another one for Die Hand Die that's in German.
Oh.
Which I don't know what it means.
So basically what I've, and I'm sure you can confirm this for me, what I've explained to Matt is that this card allows me to play any adversary for free with no exceptions. And he can't do anything about it. That sounds accurate, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of German wording there. I have no idea what
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it is. I could
see. Yeah.
I know he's making it up. I need to use like Google Translate or something and figure it out.
It's Die Hand, die Verletzt. That's how you say it in German. Gosh, I forget what. I think it's hand and heart. The hand and the heart, something like that.
Die Hand would be the Hand. I always remember Ich bisch mir deine Hand, which was the German translation for "I want to hold your hand" from the Beatles song.
Right.
They taught us that Beatles song. Ich bisch mir deine Hand.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Oh, the Beatles got their start in Germany.
Yeah, right.
Which actually, this game has a pretty big international following.
It does,
so we've been noticing there's a lot of like UK players, Australia.
Oh, okay.
We're hoping we start kind of bringing it back and getting people to play from all over.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
that sounds interesting.
So we got to talk about everybody's beloved, truly beloved favorite episode. I talked to a couple people about this interview and they said, "Oh my God, that's my favorite episode." And I'm sure you know which one we're talking about. It's your huge X-Files role with Jose Chung's From Outer Space. And the question that I have is after that, maybe after it aired, not so much, as you were filming it or right after, but after it aired and people saw you on the street or people talked to you, were you like, "Hey, how the bleep are you?" I mean, like you had to have added that stuff into your vernacular, right?
Absolutely. In fact, it was pretty hard to get away from it for a while. And then after a long stretch where it didn't happen so much, then I go to Chicago and I meet all these people. And the first thing they say to me is talking in that very language. Yeah. It's about bleeping time that you came to one of these things, and all that. And they had me sign these cards or pictures or whatever it was they had. And each one of them wanted to have something that Detective Manners would say. So I'd say, "Nice to bleep and meet you. Thanks for blanking coming. It was my bleep blank pleasure," all that kind of thing.
The only time he reacted was when he saw the dead body.
Yeah, that's a bleeping dead alien body if I ever bleeping saw one.
Are you tired of that at all? Is it sort of one of those things that, because some people get really tired of, was it John Cusack? If you hold a boombox
Yeah.
above your head. John Cusack will leave the interview.
Yeah.
But
I think with the way you did that though in that show, like you brought a character to it where it just had its own energy.
Yeah.
Like if you would have read that on the page, you could have done that so many different ways. But
Yeah.
it worked. You know, the way you did
Yeah.
it worked.
Well, you know, I went into audition for that, and that was the second role I did on the X-Files. And I saw a little bit of the script. I didn't see the whole script. And when I first saw it, I thought, oh, okay, this detective swears a lot, so I'll say the real swear word, and then they'll bleep me out.
yeah.
And so when I went to the audition, I said to Rob Bowman, who's the director, I said, now, you want me to just swear and say, goddamn shit, fuck this. And they went, no, we don't want that at all. I said, so what do you want? They said, say it like it's written. I said,
Wow.
say bleep, like you really bleeped up that you want me to say that? And they said, yeah. And I went, well, okay then. And so I did it as though I was swearing, and I did it as a cranky guy, and they loved it. So
Yeah.
what the hell? I mean, I shot the part, and it was one of my favorite parts, really, because it had such a carryover to it, and it became kind of an iconic character for me.
Yeah. It holds up. I mean, I watched it yesterday and it's great.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just a
absolutely
great
great.
story, but
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. You really bleeped up this case.
Well, of course, he didn't actually say bleeped. He said,
I'm familiar with Detective Manners' colorful phraseology.
You still gonna hold the boy?
Oh, you bet your blankety blank bleep I am.
Yeah, but the victim seems to confirm his alibi.
The hell she did. Those kids' stories couldn't be more bleeping different.
It really is everybody's beloved episode. Like
Yeah.
everybody loves the thing. So
It's a popular episode. I know it's quite remarkable. It was people just took to it. It had all that multi-dimensional, multi-reality thing going for it, and you know, different aliens coming from different directions. And,
yeah, that was weird, man. The first time I saw that, and there's like this gigantic you're just like, what is happening?
Jack, what is that thing?
How the hell should I know?
that was Lord Kinboat.
I was wondering, so the scenes where there were the aliens, like was that something where they were actually there in the room dressed, or was that like a green screen thing in the scenes?
Oh, well, I wasn't there when they shot that creature coming down the road, Lord Kinboat. But when we had, when we were in the operation room there, and basically they just had somebody wearing makeup, right? Because the whole joke there was that they cut into the alien and it's just a guy with with a mask, right?
Yep.
And that's just you know, just another one of those crazy outcomes from the scenes of that episode, and it went on and on. So shooting it was a real blast. I didn't know what I was going to do with it until I got on the set, and I mean, I knew what the dialogue was. I just didn't know how I was going to play it till I got on the set. And then it, you know, it just instinctually came out. I mean, how else are you going to say it, really? It's so absurd for me to say, yeah, that's a bleeping dead alien body if I ever bleeping saw one. Like, you got to just say it as though you, wow, I mean it. I haven't seen
like its own language the way you did it. It's great.
Yeah. So, so with the card game itself, one question I was going to ask, because Matt was correct in this, is we'll send you a bunch of cards so that you can, so that you can actually get a feel for it, play it if you'd like, you know, check it out.
You have to play against somebody?
Well, that's the question that I was going to ask is, again, we don't have all the details. This is something that I'm looking into, but I was thinking about doing some sort of, you know, tournament, a celebrity for charity type tournament. If you're interested in maybe being a part of for a charity that, I mean, who knows, you play the game a couple of rounds and you're like, wow, this is kind of a cool game. Maybe some guy that's dreamed of playing this game. Oh my God, I'm playing against Larry Musser. Oh my God, this could be a kind of cool experience. So
it would be good. Yeah, sure, I would do it. Yeah.
Awesome.
And actually, I wanted to bring up Billy Reed because she's the one that even got us in contact with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy's great, isn't she? She's a terrific person.
And she initially from one of the Facebook groups had brought up the idea of trying to play remotely, like play the game remotely, which we've never done. And so I was like, that's a good idea. Why don't we send you some cards and we can try to play?
Sure.
And she all of a sudden is like, oh, like maybe I'll ask Larry. And I was like, wait, like Larry Musser? And it's like, it just turned into this, actually get to talk to you. And
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
It's fun for me too. And Billy, I met in Chicago, and she's just a great person. You gotta like her. She's got more X-Files stuff and knowledge, and it really kind of blows me away.
Yeah, she's smart with it.
I think I wrote something down on something I signed for her, and she corrected me. She said, "No, didn't you say bleeping this instead of bleeping?" I went, "Oh, okay, yeah." So she was right, and so I mean, she knows the dialogue from all these episodes. It's too crazy.
And it's actually what he's saying about doing like a celebrity gameplay thing.
Yep.
We'd get cards to you so we could test out and play before you'd have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Kind of wondering if you're interested even going down that road and kind of learning it, or.
I would learn it, sure.
You
have to.
Just so you're aware, you're allowed, agents, and you can't use 4 or 5 of yourself.
We could let him.
You do have to use more than yourself.
Okay.
I say if Larry Musser wants to just be a fleet of himself, that's okay.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Honestly,
well, you know what? I will play by the rules.
What other agents would you like to have? Because basically, you have like 4 or 5 agents that are in your team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can think about it. Let us know. But I mean, there's agents from all across the board in there.
You may notice in front of us are all these cards.
Yes, you have many cards there.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you could see it from the end.
Yes, many cards.
And we have
so these came out in '96, right? That would be about 3 seasons at least of X-Files characters then, right?
Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. So we'll be happy to send some cards your way. And then, I guess lastly, we wanted to ask, what stuff are you, bleeping working on right now? And, do you have any bleeping things that you want to talk to the, bleeping fans about, that you're up to,
Well, COVID has kind of crushed a lot of opportunities now.
Yeah.
There's film work in Vancouver again. I could go down there and chase some of it, but what I'm going to do is, do you guys know about these? Hang on a second.
All right.
You know about these?
What is it?
That's a ring light. So
yeah, we started getting into some of that with.
Oh yeah, I'm wondering if I was going to say you might even have one there because you guys are very well lit.
Yeah, he actually got a set. So we have a light above us. There's one here and over there that should. Yeah. There should be 3. We have 2. We have better lighting. We didn't know.
Okay, so you see, I've got this now, and I'm going to do some online auditions. Oh yeah, there you go. Good. You got a splash board. Very good.
That should be in front of me, but it wasn't.
So I'm going to start auditioning online, see if I can capture some work. Just before COVID hit, I was actually doing more live theater, and I had done a couple of plays, and we were about to launch. We were just opening. We were going to open the play about 2 weeks after everything shut down. So, we'd rehearsed it. We got it up on the boards. We got it all ready. We were ready to go with it. And then I'm watching TV, and it says the NBA has canceled the rest of its season because of this virus. And I went, what? And I knew that was bad because if the NBA is going to cancel a season, it's a lot more serious than I realized it was. And then shortly after that, it was just like dominoes, right? Everything shut down, all the sports, live theater, movie theaters closed. There was no shooting for a long time, not up here anyway. Yeah. And now there is again. So I'm going to try and get back in and see what I can do. But yeah, I got nothing to plug because I haven't been doing really anything for quite a stretch now.
I would like to say though, your interactions on Twitter, my go-to is to send people to your Twitter because you're very active with talking to fans and stuff. It's actually nice to see that. So.
I am. I like to respond if somebody approaches me and asks me something. I'll always try to at least answer. I'll get to it eventually, sometimes not right away, but I will get to it. And there's a lot of great people, that I met in Chicago and then carried on with later on Twitter, who then connected me to other people. And it's kind of a momentum thing now. And yes, I like very much meeting those people. They're good people.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you'll take a check-in. Wow, words are hard.
They are hard
we hope you'll take a second to check out our channel. It's mostly about the game, and we want to continue talking about the game and other people that were involved with the game. And again, we're really honored that you take some time out of your schedule to talk to us. That's
my pleasure. Awesome. My pleasure. And what's is the name of the channel the same as what's on your Twitter?
I think I did. Yeah, it's MMXFILESCCG.
Yeah, I think that's
just
okay.
that string, and it's on Facebook. The Facebook group is different because Dax Golding actually started that.
Well, that's the one I just.
Did Billy send you the invite to it?
Yeah, so I just added that one on. That's so cool. Where would I find your channel in? On Facebook?
On YouTube's the easiest way to find us. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, we really thank you for being here. And you have any questions for us?
No, I think you've explained yourself. I was unaware that the game was. I knew there was a game.
Yeah.
I didn't exactly know how it unfolded, how it played, or anything. But because, I got a check sent to me for using my likeness in this game.
Oh, really? That's good.
An xfiles game. I didn't know about that. And then, I got the card. I got the one card.
Yeah.
I got a little box of cards at first. It had a number of characters in it. I don't know what the heck ever happened to that. It's probably somewhere in all my chaos here in this office of mine. But I didn't know anything about how it was played. So that would be good.
We'll send you. We have a sponsor who actually sends us cards, and we just give them away and pay shipping. So we literally have thousands of cards, and we'll put together a nice package for you.
Yep.
We'll make sure it covers cards with.
Okay, that sounds great, guys.
Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for taking time again to talk to us, and it really means a lot.
Okay, my pleasure.
All right.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, you bet.